Hello, dear hearts. Welcome to the Indigo Rose Lounge. I'm your host, Alyce Dylan. Deep breath in. Just breathe into the presence of here. Indigo Rose Lounge is a mystical space for indigos, sensitives, highly sensitive people, empath. All the spiritually perceptive, you are welcome here. We love you, and we love to have you in our company. I thought about acceptance the other day, and there is a power in a very simple statement, accepting it all exactly as it is. The challenging one for most empaths and spiritually perceptive people, because as we've discussed before, we have this wonderful ability. Some of us don't think of it so in such sparkling terms, but we have this great ability to see the possibility, the potential of people, places, events, programs, etc. So we see the potential, and the reality of that thing is often lost on us. So we'll meet someone new and we'll just look straight through the reality of who they are and see right through to the potential of them, what they are potentially. And they are beautiful souls. We can look and say, look at the dynamism. Look at the shining ambition. Look at the sparkling yearning of this human being to be more and better and yay. And then, like a cold trout, the reality of them can smack us upside the head, and we get all disappointed with ourselves for not seeing what was really there. And I really encourage you, don't get down on yourself for that. Remember, what we pay attention to, we enhance. We give momentum to what we pay attention to. So just by seeing the potential of people and things, we actually enhance that potential and give it momentum and lift it up and enhance its potentiality. And that's why I always say to all of my students and my clients, the one thing that all indigos and sensitives really need to hold on to tightly is time. We see the potential of something and we see it as them. So this person that you've just met, you see all their potential, but as them. And you're not too good at seeing the reality of who they are in this moment. And you can become disappointed if that reality shows up and you've always thought that this person was spectacular. They still are, potentially. Just perhaps they haven't quite got to that expression yet. So take a breath. Take a breath, take time. Give life time to show you aspects that perhaps you are not talented at picking up on initially. But there are other aspects of life where seeing the potential of things and people can become detrimental. And this is especially true in relationships that harbor or include some level of abuse. So looking past the potential of someone to their reality really is necessary for long-term partnership, friendship, and such. And that's where time becomes a really important component. Because if you think about it logically, if you make a new friend and you see the potential of them as sparkly and shiny, but you give it time, and in the time you see, while the potential is all that, who they are in this moment is still struggly and needy and perhaps a little whiny, and perhaps right now they're still not standing in their power yet. But you can see who they will be when they stand there, and it'll be beautiful. That's not cause to end the friendship. You can still be friends with their present day reality while still focusing on their potential. Where this becomes perhaps more damaging is in interpersonal, close, intimate interpersonal relationships, where you may have gotten together with this person based on their potential, but in a week or two's time, when that shiny bit rubs off, and you're left with the person in their reality, in their actuality, and perhaps their reality is far, far less than the potential they have. And so you might hang in there for the potential, but their reality might be damaging. And this is when this exercise really helps. When you close your eyes, find a comfortable seat, close your eyes, and just feel around your life. Feel around yourself and your life and your surroundings. And just for a moment, allow everything to be exactly as it is. Exactly as it is. No polish, no sparkly bits, no filters. Just let your life and everything in it and everyone in it just be exactly as it is in this moment. You know the essence of this. This is a desire shared by all people to be accepted. That feeling of complete and utter acceptance for who you are, for what you do, for however you are in this moment. So wrap that acceptance around yourself, just for a moment, like a blanket, like a fluffy blanket covering you snug. Just accept yourself for everything that you are. You are a spiritual being having this human experience, and this human experience can be flawed. It can fall short sometimes of even our expectations. But we're here, we're giving it our all. Some days we shine, some days we're not. But just accept. Accept who you are. You're doing the best you know how. And that's all you can expect of yourself. Give yourself the gift of self-acceptance. I am who I am. This is my best me in this moment. And I will continue to be the best me I can be. And now extend that acceptance beyond yourself, out into your environment. Perhaps you have a fur baby. Perhaps you have an animal who has wonderful potential and perhaps sometimes falls short of that potential. And perhaps they're quirky and perhaps they're a bit goofy. And let's just accept them just as they are. They are the way they are. And just wrap that acceptance around them. And then your significant other. Let's just do that. Let's just accept the significant others in our lives just the way they are. Give them the gift that you yearn for so much in yourself. Give them the gift of accepting who they are in this moment. All their flaws and all their wins and their losses, all of that. Just accept this is who they are and give them the room to be exactly who they are choosing to be in this moment. Give them that gift. You would want that from them, so give it to them. Give them the gift of acceptance. And then reach outwards to your friends. Those quirky friends, those loud friends, those quiet friends, those emo friends, bossy friends, whoever they are, but maybe a bit zany. Maybe you have some addict friends who are struggling. Maybe you have some very dynamic friends who are pushy and bossy. Maybe you have some quiet friends who just are focused and really self-evaluating, and just accept them all their beautiful quirks and all their strangeness and all their unique individuality. Accept them. Accept them for who they are right in this moment, not for who they'll be tomorrow, not for who they'll be in 10 years. Just accept this is who they are in this moment. Just as if we were to go out into a beautiful garden full of flowers and bees and birds, and we would glory at all the different expressions of nature, all the beauty of nature. This one's a red flower, that one's a blue flower, that one's got silver leaves, that one's got yellow leaves, that one is a towering tall thing, this one is a short stumpy thing, and we just see it as beauty. Well, that perception applies to people too. We can accept them all just as they are. Yeah, you're a little bit annoying sometimes, or yeah, gosh, you're a bit bossy sometimes. Yeah, but you make me laugh and you're humorous. And, oh, you're always so bright and positive, and we can see all of the beauty of everyone if we just accept them all for just who they are. Yeah, they have their failings, they have their positives. You know, when you give to others the acceptance that you yearn for in yourself, it helps to fulfill a need in our own self. We give people the space to be just who they are, as we receive from ourselves the space to be just who we are. Okay. Doesn't that feel good? Just washing everybody with acceptance and pouring that all over our own selves and our lives. Just accept it all, just as it is. And now there's a gift. There's a gift from this. There is this friend you have that drives really badly, let's say. They drive terribly. You get in a car with them, oh, and you're nervous from the first moment. You just don't want to be in a car with them because you know, it feels like an adventure, not the good kind, to be in a car with them. But if you really grant them the acceptance and you say, I accept that you're a bad driver, and you know what? I'm going to give you that acceptance. I can now make a different choice, though. I can say, love you very much. You're a terrible driver. I'm not going to go in a car with you again. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. It's just a different choice. You're not being rude to them. You're accepting them. You're accepting all of their failings and all of their flaws, but you're making different choices for yourself. Let's say that there is a friend that you go out with every now and again, and this friend just goes off the rails every time. Takes them a few hours to get there, but at some point this friend goes off the rails. And you've tried all sorts of things. You've tried reeling it back. You've tried managing the situation. No, the space of acceptance means saying, you know what? You are wonderful to be with for 2 to 3 hours when we go out. And then after that, you're just not fun anymore. And so from now on, I'm going to go out with you for 2 to 3 hours, and then I'm going to leave, and I'm going to make sure that you have a way to get yourself home that doesn't include me having to stick around and watch the crazy. You see? No stress, no drama. I accept you. I love you for all that you are. I simply am not going to participate anymore in that piece. In that little one piece, I'm not going to participate there. In that piece. Yeah? So it can be the same with a boss. There's a boss that's amazing, and they're encouraging, and they're great, and they've got great energy, and yet they always take credit for all your work. Okay? So you can appreciate them so much. You can go to them and say, I appreciate you so much. You have such great energy. I love working with you. And yet I feel like you don't give me the credit for my good work. You take that credit, which I understand. I understand the impulse to do that. But is there a way we can maybe share the credit for my work? Could we do that maybe? Could we share the credit for what I do well? There we go. New choice. Accepting your boss for all that they are, all the good stuff and all the bad stuff, and then making new choices around that. The really tough one is the partner that you have that has a flaw. Let's say that they are a compulsive drinker, gambler, one of these other things. Maybe they're a sex addict. Maybe they have lots of girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever. And so if you accept them exactly as they are in this moment, not the potential of them, not the maybe of them, but the reality of them. Okay, this is who you are. This is truly who you are, and I accept you. 100%. There we go. I'm giving you the acceptance that I yearn for myself. I'm giving it to you. Here. That's who you are. I accept you. I celebrate you. And I can no longer choose to be a part of that dynamic. There we go. No drama. No emotional overload. Just absolute acceptance. And then saying, I accept you, I honor you, and I'm honoring me too by choosing not to put myself on the tracks of the speeding train. But I'm absolutely accepting that that's your pattern, and you're living the life you want to live, and that's fine. I'm not judging you. I'm just going to make a different choice for me. Especially abusive partners. Yes, you can make all sorts of excuses for them. Yes, they had traumatic childhoods. Yes, they learned this from their parents. Yes, they have something else wrong. Absolutely. You can be most loving in your evaluation of why they are the way they are. But at some point, if you desire acceptance from yourself and others, you need to accept them exactly as they are. So yes, maybe a person had a very difficult childhood. Maybe they have damaged psychopathy. Maybe they really are damaged. And you can feel for them. You can have great empathy and sympathy for them. And you can still make better choices for your own sweet self. All right, lovelies. There we go. Just one more step on the pathway to loving always.